Hare ललिता देवी माता की जय। श्री महामरियम्मा देवी माता की जय। बोलो श्री शक्ति महानवदुर्गा देवी माता की जय। बोलो श्री महाकाली पिठकाली भवानी का महाशक्ति महायोमाया देवी माता की जय। बोलो श्री महाकाली पिठकाली भवानी का महाशक्ति महायोमाया देवी माता की जय। बोलो श्री महाकाली पिठकाली भवानी का महाशक्ति महायोमाया देवी माता की जय। जय श्री राम everyone.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री महाशक्ति काली माता की जय। महाशक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पौनपुत्र हनुमान की जय। वृंदावन बिहारी की जय। Puja is that expression, and from that puja comes the blessings of the divine. Having done this very special puja today, let us all please stand as we join together in our arati at this time. So join with us as we sing arati to Maha Kali Mata.
Prem se bolo Mahadevi Shakti Kali Mata ki jai. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Kandari Jivali Vinajata Dharma. Jumrajanam Sheshati Bhai Anjaviraj Jivadeva Patni Sarvadhari Namri Kat Kadarvadi Sarvita Kirana Prabhu Kirani Sadahi Rahi करते सदा मंगल सुंदर सुंदर रत्नवीर संहारे विश्व को संहारने वाले दया
जय, दुर्गा माता की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की भक्तजन आसन So let me understand the devotees extend to Shubha Swagatam. A most cordial welcome to the final evening Kali Yatra 2017. For a whole year there were plans that were made to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Planning and preparing, advertising, everything in place so that we're able to achieve what Maha Kali wants us to achieve. On behalf of the management committee held by our good Frederick and his beloved Savisha, we want to extend to all of you personally also, but extend a very special welcome to all of you. There's a team that is working to achieve this. Some you will not see, some you will see. But everyone who has been assigned a duty has been a duty of love. And so I must commend all those who have taken up. It's not a job, it's an act of love to Shri Maha Kali Devi. So on behalf of Rick and the entire team, Shubha Swagatam, all our Pundits who are here, very special welcome. I want to extend a very special welcome. Through the medium of Kali Yatra, I have made many new friends. Many friends who are very genuine. And if I were to call names, it will be so many names. But I just want to sing out Jonathan. John? Yes, he's going to do us a special song in a little while. I must say many thanks to all of these wonderful friends of ours. God bless all of you. This is not something new. This is not something recent. This is not something that anybody fabricated. This has been parampara from time immemorial. The soothing dance Kali is the symbol of time. When did time begin? There's a day when time began. So Maha Kali Devi has no beginning and has no end. I've said again and again in days gone by, I was a little boy. When in the villages they used to get the old ladies and they will take up the responsibility. I can actually see this happening right now as I look at all of you. She will put a thali in her head. She will put a lota in it and she will put the red hibiscus flower. Sometimes it will be a wooden tray. And these people will go to the village Kali market, beating the drum, singing. I did not know, nobody knew what this was all about. But when our ancestors came from India, this is what they brought with them. This is not new. What you are seeing here is sanctioned in the scriptures. This is something that is authentic. This is something that is as real as it can be. So this is puja that we are doing. I want you to have no doubt. I want you to have no fear that whatever we're doing is not something that we should do. Kali puja is done many different ways. We went to Dakshineshwar in Calcutta in Bengal and we saw what Kali puja was. We did not know that there was something in store for us. When I was given this book, Kali, the Black Goddess of Dakshineshwar, I wondered why I was given this book. When a lady photocopied this book and gave me Kali Puja, I wondered why was this so? I wondered what was all of this. I paid it no heed, no attention. When Rick came and said he wanted me to do Kali Katha, I said, who, me? This is something I never really studied. But now we have realized who the Devi chooses, they will be having a wonderful experience. She clears their thinking. All all of this was in preparation that we must do this, we must embark on this journey. It's not my wish and it's not Rick's wish, it's not Pundit's wish. This is the wish of Maha. She is the one who has will. For who she chooses. For who she chooses. So you have to understand that this is not something new. This is not something recent. This is something that has come from the scriptures. Ramakrishna was the chosen one. Ramakrishna was the one who was chosen. As we begin, so we shall end. We started off with the life of Ramakrishna, and we will end on the first day of the Kali Yatra was his death anniversary. But we could not talk about Ramakrishna's death when he still has to worship Maha. So today we will go back to the first day and we will end. No, there's no end. We will just present the curtains on the life of Ramakrishna. On my left is the Gospel of Ramakrishna. Rick, I hope you give it to me. This is his gift, I can't take it. On my right is the Devi Bhagavatam, which tells us about the day. In the middle, I am the fortunate one to be given this blessing. Principal Master today, so this evening, our cat has not been great, but I want to read about how Kali Ma came and how Ramakrishna he came down to worship Mahakali. So at this time, let's bow our heads and pray. As I especially welcome all of you who have come from different Shakti temples, I'm very happy that you're here to give your blessings to what we are doing. Let's all bow and pray. Concentrate. Krishna प्रियपादारता वेदानन्दपरायणं चतुर्भुज दशभुज अष्टभुज दशभुजं कात्यायनी जगन्माता जगतां परमेश्वरी जगन्बन्धोरजगदाते जगतानां प्रकारिणी ॐ चेतं गिरि चामुण्डे च भूतर्तिहारिणी जय सर्वगते देवी कालराते नमोस्तुते नीति सुनीति सुरुचिरस्ते पृष्ठेरत्रिते क्षमां वाणी वर्धेन महालक्ष्मीरं लक्ष्मी नरे सरस्वती ॐ श्री विष्णवे नमः ॐ श्री हनुमन्ताय नमः ॐ ह्रीं कपिकाय आवत्कारमात्पुरुषभक्ताभिः ॐ नमः शिवाय Praise Lord Shri Kali Mata ki jai, Bhairav Baba ki jai. There was once a period of peace and serenity and harmony. Everything seemed to be going very well. But then the demons started to create havoc. And so when the holy ones will sit like they are sitting, they will destroy all forms of puja. Like in the Ramayana, when Vishwamitra Maha, when he sat down to light the fire to do his offerings, their blood and bones were thrown in the fire. So the holy ones, they sought help from the Maharshi. So it is inevitable, we will always be faced with the dualities. Bhagavan Krishna says, Sukha Dukha, Samikritva, the good and the not so good. So the holy ones, they thought, in this difficult times, what should we do? When difficulties come, what should we do? So it is said, in those difficult times, there are some things that we can do. And what can we do at that time? Let's listen. Pura Shumbhari Shumbharyam Surabhyam Sachit Pate Kairokyam Yagyavanasya Vitamada Parashayam Om Naschandikaya Purvakardane Shumatadhan Shumanam Ko Asuram ne Dhanand ke bal se इनके तैल का राज और यज्ञ का भाग छीन लिया तब महाबली असुर से तिरस्कृत यथा अधिकार रहे देवता गण अपराजित देवी का इस प्रकार से स्मरण करने लगे ओम नमश्चंडिकाय in this one there were two very powerful demons like Ravana and Kumbhaka in the Ramayana. So they were Shum and Shum. And Shum and Shum, they were Balwan, they were very strong and powerful. Evil will be very powerful. And you cannot find out the depth of that which is evil and he who is evil. Though Asura, these two demons, Kaman ke bal se, bal means strength, the power of their arrogance. The power of their arrogance. You see, when you go to Mahakali and you bow your head, that is the power of humility. It is the power of humility that causes your head to bow to the feet of Mahakali. So, because of the powers of arrogance, what happened? They waged war with the Vyas, the holy ones. They took away the abode of Lord Indra. So Lord Indra, he lost his seat of power. जब उन महाबली असुर से तिरस्कृत यथा अधिकार रहे देवता गण so the holy ones thought what should be done उन अपराजित देवी का इसी प्रकार स्मरण करने लगे they knew that there was someone who is aparajit, the one who is invincible. So they decided to seek help from the invincible. And who is the invincible one? The Shakti herself. So they remembered that the Devi herself, the Devi had given them the promise. Bhagavati ने हमें ऐसे बल दिया था कि आपत्ति में जब तुम हमें स्मरण करोगे, they remembered that goddess had promised them in your troubled times. You know what Apati is? Apati is your troubles. In your troubled times, smaran karoge, remember me. So that's the message for us. In your troubled times, remember me, says the Devi Maha Shakti. जब मैं तुम्हारे सब आपत्ति को दक्षिण नाश कर दूंगा, नाश means to destroy. She says, and I will destroy all your troubles. We must not crumble under pressure. We must not give in to problems when they come. You see, we must always look up. And when you look up, you see the eyes of the divine. Look at the eyes of Maha. You see those eyes? Those are not angry eyes. Those are eyes of love. But tonight we will see how angry eyes create. Look at the eyes of Maha, soft and soothing eyes. Yes, friends. So, Nash kar दूंगा, I will destroy all your sins. देवता हमारे ऊपर, देवतागण हिमालय पर गए और वहाँ देवी की स्तुति की. So they all went to the Himalaya, the mountain region. And their stuti means they sat down and they started to sing the praises, to seek help from the divine. As we all know, this song we should sing every night. Ma teri mamata ki teri pyari. You know how powerful is a mother's love? Do you know how powerful is a mother's love? When you go higher up, you see the world mother, the great power she is. So they all got together and after in their troubled times, they started to seek the blessings of Bhagavati Shakti. And what they were saying, friends, this is our time to pray. You may have no problems, you can say thank you, Lord. This is the time I wanted to pray. You come, friends. You didn't come to listen to prayers. We came to pray. So I want everybody in the position of prayer. Sisters, sit so orderly nicely. Brothers, sit up properly because you are in the presence of Kali. And in the presence of Kali, in all humility, in the position of prayer, she is Jala Janani. She is the world mother. So we pray to her. What the Holy Ones will say? Jala Janani Jai Jai. Never mother of the soul. Jala Janani Jai Jai. Maha Jala Janani Jai Jai. सोचल नहीं तो देवी ना हमें बल है ना हमें शक्ति and so they pray that though he is such a you have the prayer environment of true preciousness and this Adi and Adi now you have no beginning you have no end such a Sanatana Sundar you are so beautiful you are eternal you have the embodiment of truth Yatra Devi may you Aya have Devi God have come to your words Devi and so they are praying to the whole Mother seeking help from above and what to do promised us you were to help us. Maha, Biniti हमारी खाली न जाए may the spirit of mine never go unanswered, O Devi. चरणों में बैठी देवी we are sitting at your feet. May who I have delivered, God, we have come to your doors, O Maha. May who I have come, Devi. I have set aside everything and I have come to your doors. What do I want? No treasures, no gems, no ornaments. All I want is your best. Italy, they are saying a little bit of your mercy. Italy, they are saying a little bit of your mercy. Let your merciful eyes look upon us, Maha. You have the sword in your hand. You have all the weapons. Are you not the protectors of a well-planned and progressive life? And like this, no friends, they are praying. In our troubled times, we pray best of all. But why should we have troubles? In order to bring us closer to the divine. So like this, they are praying. May who I have daily Dharma. I have brought you flowers. I have brought you all the things that you have prescribed. So now Lord, Mary Pukar, will you not listen to this prayer? I just imagine as the holy ones are praying, what they were saying. I have come to your doors. To you I have come, O Maha. You are the mighty one, you are the powerful one. Will you not listen to the spirit of mine? Make it chota sa bacham. So the whole ones are praying as we pray So intense was their prayer. her heart was a prayer. Maha Shakti was touched. And can you imagine? In response to that prayer, Apat Sumatna Swaranam Tritiyam Karomi Durge O Durgama O Kalima will not help you. As if the heavens parted, and from the heavens they started to descend. The glorious form of Sri Maha Shakti Durga Mata, the sound of his instruments, the Sri Maha Shakti now Durga Mata ki Jai. And when the Holy Ones looked in front of them, there was a glorious image of Sri Durga Bhagavati Devi, and they fell at the feet of Maha. And when they looked at this glorious form, some say, hey, so that they never saw anything more beautiful than this. And you know, the Holy Ones, with the cup of the eyes, are drinking of the beauty of Bhagavati Durga, the soft eyes, the loving form, Mati Rupa, the mother form. And can you imagine describing the beauty? What's the most beautiful thing? The mountains are beautiful, the oceans are beautiful, the river is beautiful, the stars are beautiful. Lekin sabse hai sundar. More beautiful than all of this is, the bhajan tells us.
Sabse hai sundar.
Let's imagine the beauty.
Sabse hai sundar.
What he has done.
Hamare jai
beautiful form. Chand और मुनि ने देखा, and when the two spies of Shum and Nishum, they saw this beauty, they rushed into their master. और जाकर Shum से कहा, हे महाराज, परम सुंदरी को श्री हिमाचल पर्वत उस रूप से उत्तम रूप नहीं है. They went to Shum and Nishum, the two spies, they went to their masters. Shum and Nishum said, Master, you have the best of everything, but the most beautiful female, she doesn't belong to you. Himachal, she is in a mountain. When Shum and Nishum, like Ravana Kupra, when they heard this, exciting their feelings, they said, go, bring her. She is the most beautiful, go tell her we will marry her. So, the messenger went with the message, oh beautiful one, our master wants to marry you. So she started, Durga, she started smiling, she started laughing. In the Katha of Kalika, there was a king whose name was Jai Singh. Jai Singh built a beautiful temple for the Devi, and he installed Kalika Devi in that temple. And for Navratri, all the ladies were singing. And then this Param Sundari, this most beautiful lady entered. Never before did they see this beautiful female. She came and she sat down with them. and they were all singing praises to the Devi. It was during the Navratri when Maha came. You see, Navratri time, friends, that is the time the Devi comes to your home, you know. When you offer the dhal, when you light your camper, when you're fasting, Devi comes. She came and she was singing with them. And can you imagine, they were all singing to the Devi. When this beautiful Saraswati Sundar, who is this beauty? No one ever saw her before. She came and sat down and she started to sing and clap us on the day.
Kali Bhavani Maya, Kali Bhavani, Asura
Jai Singh, he sat down and he enjoyed every second of devotion. Satsang came down and Jai Singh, he got up and he went to this beautiful Saraswati Sundari, most beautiful. She asked him, Jai Singh, you built me a mandir, you built me a murti. Tell me what you want. And Jai Singh, you know what he said? He was the king. This is not a story. He said, Ma Kali, I want to marry you. Ma, I want to marry you. Ati Prabhu, Ma Kali got so angry, she withdrew. Oh Jai Singh, Itana Abhiman, so much pride you have, you want to marry me? Nash ho jayega, you will be destroyed. Your family will be destroyed. Sab nash ho jayega. You want to marry me, Kali, Kalika Devi? The murti started to sink in the ground. Kalika Devi is unhappy. The pujari came rushing into the temple. As he saw the temple shaking and the murti sinking, he held on to that murti and started to beg, Ma Kali, Ma Kalika, Chamakaro, Chamakaro, and begging for forgiveness. That's one of the things you must do when you go up to that murti tonight. Don't go home without going to Ma Kali. And ask her for her blessings. And if anywhere we made any mistakes, any shortcomings, bow down your head and say, Ma, forgive me. Maine chant, I did not know. I do not know how to worship you. I do not know, Ma. Kalika Devi, Ma Kali. When the pujari begged and begged and begged, temple stopped shifting, murti remained. And in that temple up to today, that murti is still there. only the head of the murti. The rest went down in the ground. If Pujari Baba did not come and pray for that Maha, she would have dissipated. The seed had dissipated into the earth. At no time in your life must you disrespect, that divine goddess, any aspect of God. At no time ever disrespect them, friends, we will be destroyed. No, I'm not creating fear. I'm creating love in your minds. Paramasundari, see this beautiful form? Shumbhanam Shum said, go, tell her, bring her, come, I will marry her. Hasn't she started to laugh, but not laugh at her. Devi ne kaha, Yomam Jayati Sangrami. So she gave them 4 conditions where she can marry me. Kali will marry Lord Shiva. Radha will marry Krishna. Sita will marry Sri Ram. Lakshmi will never marry Lord Shiva. Lakshmi will marry Sri Krishna. Who will Hanuman marry? Don't marry my Hanuman. Don't marry him. Yomam Jayati Sangrami. She said to the messenger, go and tell your master, Yomam Jayati Sangrami, who conquers me in battle. He who conquers me in battle, I shall marry him. Yomi Japa Vaikohati, who removes my pride. He who removes my pride, I shall marry him. Yomi Prati Paloke, he shall be my husband. Him I shall marry, who fulfills these 3 conditions. Conquer me in battle, remove my pride, and match my strength. If he can match my strength, I will marry him. So let Shumbhanusham come in their numbers. Face me in battle says, who is speaking? Kali come here to me. Durga is speaking. Durga is preparing for Kali to come. Master. She says, bring your army and defeat her. Shumbhanusham sent part of the army. When the Holy One saw them coming, Devi, whom a song came from, a fire came from her body, from her eyes, somewhat destroyed. Those who escaped went back and said, Master, she's not ordinary. Fire is coming in from her. What will happen? He sent back another group of warriors. They surrounded the mountains, killed all these holy men, kept their hand, bring them up. Ma Kali turns into my Kali. Everybody, my Kali. Every person sitting here and listening and viewing later on, every one of you do Kali Puja. But you don't know. You don't know, but you do Kali Puja. When they came with their weapons, Ma Bhagavati Durga, she got angry. When she saw the weapons hurled towards those who she protects us with her weapons. You see that sword of Kali? See the head in the hand of Kali? That is what she's going to see with that ego. That is what she destroys. When she saw this, Devi Mama Durga, she got angry. Peaceful goddess, she becomes angry. And out of her fury and out of her rage, from her forehead, the soothing black goddess started to come out. And Maha Kali Devi comes from the soothing forehead, the anger, the rage. And the moment this happened, the heavens started to shower flowers, the sun of physical strength. Kali is born, Kali has come, and we all started, the drum started, and Kali is welcome. Maha Kali Mata ki jai.
Power that she uses.
Principal Mahakali Mata ki Jai. Kali Ma has come. From the forehead of Sri Durga Devi, Kali has born. And so Durga Ma, Kali says, as she defeated Chand and Moon, the head she has in her hand is the head of Chand. That's the demon. Ego is one of the demons that stalk us wherever we go. She placed the sword down and she said, Ma, I have done your duty. You have created me. Durga said, Kali, hereafter you shall be worshipped as Chamundeshwari. Durga Devi gave her the name Chamundeshwari and said, from now on you shall be worshipped. When we had to worship the Shiva Lingam, it is Sri Ram who sanctioned the worship of the Shiva Lingam. Mahakali, the sanction for the worship of Mahakali. Mahakali looks alive. Look at Mahakali, how beautiful she looks. Kali is a living goddess. Kali has 4 arms, adorned with ornaments made of gold and jewels. Around her wrist is the bracelet, golden ones, red ones, and some made of the conch shell. When you do puja for Devi Durga Mahakali, when you offer the sari, and you say for Kali, Banaras silk. When you go to India, you have to go to Banaras, and then you will get that silk which is expensive. My Kali don't wear cheap clothes, you know. And she don't wear one sari 2 times, you know, just like some of your sisters. One sari 1 time and the next one, right? Good. You offer her all these, you see the bangles. When you're going to do Devi Puja, you buy your sari, you buy the bangles, you buy the anklets, you buy the earrings, you buy the chain. That is how we do Devi Puja. And when you make all these offerings, you are adorning her with all of this, you are dressing Maha. Just like when you finish dressing, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you smile. You like how you look. When we dress Maha, this is how we dress her with all that is so beautiful. The 4 arms, one hand is down and this, that is the hand of blessing. If you look at Lakshmi, the hand that is, and gold coins flowing, the hand is not so, it's so. But there's the next hand that is so, that's the hand of fearlessness, Abhayam. Those are the 2 hands. The one hand she holds the sword. If you look at Mahakali, she is Dakshineshwar Kali. That is the kind of Kali we have in Dakshineshwar. See, she steps with her right foot forward. Dakshineshwar Kali steps with her right foot. That's the soothing form, that's the blessing form. See where she has the sword in her left hand. When Kali holds that sword in her right hand, you know what that is for? Destruction. So, golden chains glitter around her waist. Most times you see Kali image with a belt of hands, severed hands. You know, those are hands that work in her service. She brings those hands and she wears those hands. But you know, in Dakshineshwar, if you observe our Kali here, she doesn't wear a girdle of hands. Rani Rasmani, who created Kali, the image, she didn't want no hands around her Devi. She said, my Devi is a virgin. I don't want any human hands around her. But when you look at the picture of Ramakrishna here, he wrapped his hands around the Devi like a child hugs up his mother. Yes. Hands are the principal instruments of work. These hands are the instruments of work for Mahakali Devi. Shumbani Shumbanam came up. And they came again. Durga Devi. She summoned all the male forms, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, and out of the body of Shiva he created Shivani. Out of the body of Brahma he created Brahmani. Out of the body of Narasimha, she created Narasimha. So this is the next set of goddesses who were created from where? From the body of the male aspects. But still, Shum and Shum will not give up. They continue their fight against the baby. But when Shum and Shum saw that they were defeated, there was one who was the mighty one and the powerful one. Who was he? He was Raktabij. Raktabij had the power. Every drop of his blood that falls on the ground, countless demons will rise. Every head of Ravan that was chopped off, another head goes in the place. The Devatas became worried. Ravan nahi mara, he will not die. Mare na mara. They are trying to destroy him, but he will not be destroyed. But we should sing a nice legend about that. When Hibishan said, Nabi ke kul mein is in his navel, shoot an arrow in his navel, trap the neck that he will fall. So that is how Ravan fell. But Shum rather, Raktabij, how is he going to meet his end? Every drop of his blood will create countless demons. Durga Maha. She summoned Kali. Jao Kali. Run away, Jao. Go in the battlefield, Kali. Let not a drop of his blood fall. And can you imagine? Ma Kali is coming in the battlefield, directing her attention to Raktabij. And as he is coming, Ma Kali is coming to Raktabij. The heavens started to shower flowers. The sound of music and instruments and Jayakar. The drums started again. Kali is coming into the battlefield. What is Kali going to do? Legend tells us.
Bhadrakali Bhavani Maya, Kali Bhavani, O Jai 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 Bhagavata Bhavani, Jai Jai
Every drop of the blood of Raktabij, Ma Kali kept it in the mouth. Not a drop fell on the ground, not a demon sprung. Raktabij, he became helpless and powerless. And so Devi Shakti with the sword, he was destroyed. Ma Kali, the battlefield has come quiet. It is the same Kali that Ramakrishna worshipped. In divine ecstasy, Ramakrishna, as he was growing older and older, his skin wrinkled, his hair all turned grey, his body weaker and weaker. He is fast approaching the end, the sunset of his life. In divine ecstasy, the master sings, O Kali, my mother, full of bliss, enchantress of the mighty Shiva, in that delirious joy, thou dancest, clapping thy hands together. Yes, when Kali starts to dance, the earth begins to shake, the mountains begin to quake. When Shiva begins to dance, when the Tandava dance begins, and Shiva and Kali starts to dance, that is the time this world is going to come to an end. Thou wearest the moon upon thy brow, O Kali. Thou art the mover of all that moves. Kali is the mover of all that moves. And we are but helpless toys in the hand of Kali, Master is saying. We move alone as you move us. As you move us, we move. As you move us, we move. As you want us to speak, we speak. You think you can speak on your own, and I can speak on my own. We don't have that power. We move alone as thou movest us, and speak as though thou speakest. Higher than the Most High, this is the words of Ramakrishna. Thou art compassionate, I know, Mother, thou art compassionate, who takes away all my bitter grief. The Master Ramakrishna, after he sang this beautiful song to Kali, he went into the Ganges, and then he went to the Kali temple. He sat before the image of Maha. He offered the flowers at the feet of Maha. After a long while, he entered into a trance. He was lost in ecstasy, and there he experienced the Kali consciousness. Today, the world owes more than anything else to that mad monk. They call him the mad monk. He is Paramahansa Ramakrishna. One day, they came to Dakshineshwar. So where Ramakrishna lived? Hey, don't forget these things. He lived in Dakshineshwar in Calcutta. So then we went Calcutta we went Calcutta in St. James. Calcutta is in India, and that's where all of this emerged. They came to Dakshineshwar, a Brahmani, a woman. She was a Bhairavi, a Brahmin, who was to play an important part in the life of Ramakrishna's spiritual unfoldment. This lady, this Brahmani, she had a part to play in the life of Ramakrishna and his spiritual unfoldment. Born in East Bengal, she was adept in tantric worship. In Hindus, we have different types of worship. You have the Kali of the cremation grounds. I wish I could get some company to go down here to worship Kali, but nobody will go with me, right? No, we wouldn't go to worship Kali in the cremation grounds. Kali is right here. Sadhana is very beautiful. So she was versed in Tantra, and she was versed in the worship of Lord Krishna Vaishnava methods. She was slightly over 50 years. She was beautiful, charming, radiant. She was garbed in orange. She possessed just a few books and 2 pieces of clothes to wear. That's all she had. 2 suits of clothes to wear and, of course, few books. Ramakrishna, he sent for her. His devotees are wondering, this is a man who had nothing to do with any lady, any woman. Why does he want this beautiful lady to come? And to his room too? Ramakrishna, he welcomed her with great respect. He described his experience and vision and told her of the people that told him he was mad. He was telling this Brahmani, people say I am mad. She listened attentively, this Bhairavi. She said, my son, everyone in the world is mad. Bhairavi said, everyone in the world is mad. Some are mad for fame, some are mad for name, some are mad for wealth, some are mad for their female aspect. Everybody in this world is mad. But you, O Ramakrishna, you are mad. You are mad for God. Yes, you are mad, but you are mad for God. Mahakali was his God. Mahakali was his everything. Ramakrishna placed his wife Sharada to sit, and he worshipped Sharada, his wife, as he worshipped Kali, and he was able to see Kali and his wife. She assured him he was passing through an almost unknown spiritual experience. Ramakrishna was passing through an experience nobody could ever see before, described before. A closeness developed between Bhairavi and Ramakrishna. She observed him closely. She observed him closely. Especially when he was singing, the ecstasy. When he was in meditation, she observed him. When he was in samadhi, no body consciousness. And you know what she said? A power to transmit spirituality to others. Ramakrishna is a power to transmit spirituality to others. All he had to do was just touch you, and that power is coming to you. He didn't have to teach you, he just touched your head, and that power he transmits to you. This is the capacity of this man. And so this Bhairavi observed him. She concluded, such things are not for ordinary people, but only for highly developed souls. Only an incarnation of God was capable of such spiritual manifestations. Only a manifestation of God. This Bhairavi, she had no doubt, this is a man who is an incarnation of God. Ramakrishna is getting older, their days are going. Two famous Pundits were summoned. Two famous Pundits were summoned. One, his name was Vaishnavacharya. He was versed in the Vaishnava worship. After observing Ramakrishna carefully, he agreed with the Brahmani. This is an incarnation of God. Ramakrishna is an incarnation of God. A rare manifestation of God in a man. First Pandit said, yes, he is a manifestation. Second Pandit who was summoned, and these are not simple little Pandits, these are first men. His name was Gauri. Gauri agreed with the Brahmani. He agreed with what the Pandit had said. What did the first Pandit say? Yes, he's an incarnation. Gauri, the second Pandit, said, is that all he had to say? That you are an incarnation? Then he has said very little. If he only said you are an incarnation, then he said very little. I am fully convinced, said Pandit Gauri, that you are the mind of spiritual power. You are the mind of spiritual power. Only a small fraction of which descends on earth from time to time in the form of an incarnation. Two Pandits agreed Ramakrishna was an incarnation of God. Remember how Ramakrishna was born? When the light of the Shiv Mandir, that mass of light, entered into the womb of his mother, thus began her pregnancy. That is how Ramakrishna was born. How did Ramakrishna accept all of this? He is an incarnation of God. He remained silent, the simple child of his mother. He fell at the feet of the mother and said, Tahimam, save me, mother, save me. He did not allow the ego to reach him. Ramakrishna had to be, listen to this. One day Ramakrishna's father fell asleep under a tree. He dreamt Lord Rama, appearing as a divine boy and asked him to take him to his house and take care of him. But he said, Lord, I am poor. I am very poor. I cannot give you a proper meal. I have nothing to offer to you. But the Lord was adamant. He insisted. Quickly, his father awoke, and he saw a shaligram. He saw the form of Lord Vishnu. He saw a snake with its hood over the shaligram, guarding that shaligram. Shaligram is Lord Vishnu. When the snake slid away, took up that Shaladam. He took it home. And today that Shaladam is still worshipped, 1847 today. What do you mean? It is still worshipped today. That same Shaladam at Kamalapur, and is worshipped by the members of his family. That is the Ramakrishna, who out of his love he was able to see Maha. A few days after the dedication of the temple at Dakshineshwar, a madman came there. This madman, but he was a sage in disguise. He had a bamboo twig in one hand and he had a potted mango plant in the other hand. His shoes were all torn up, his clothes all ragged. After bathing in Ganga, he did not perform any religious rites. He ate something that he carried tied in his clothes. Then he entered the Kali temple and he chanted. He started to chant hymns to Kali. The temple trembled. The temple trembled as he started to sing to Mahakali Devi. This man, who seemed to be a madman, don't judge him by the cover, seeming to be a madman, he entered into the Kali temple and he started to chant to the Devi. So, we do that chant after. I'm looking at the hands of the clock. Ramakrishna had become too weak to sit on his bed. He had two beds, higher one, lower one. Higher one just had one pillow, no sheet to cover. He would lie on that bed. The other one was to sit on and talk to his devotees. He became very weak. He could hardly sit on his bed. His voice barely a whisper. No matter what treatment, doctors could not diagnose his illness. The ladies, they went to Tarakeshwar, they went to the Shiva Mandir on Mondays. They offered bay leaves, they sat down, they chanted, they fasted, praying for Ramakrishna's well-being. They offered tulsi leaves to Narayan, praying, may my master overcome his illness. They carried water from the Shiva Mandir. When the lingam is bathing, they took that water charan and they carried and they gave him to sip, hoping and praying for a result. With tearful eyes, the devotees prayed to him, Master, you could cure yourself, you could heal yourself, you have the power, heal yourself, O Master. All the ladies in tears, begging him to heal himself. He replied with a faint smile, a cage made of paper. This body merely is a cage made out of paper. I have worn a hole on the throat, and this cage which is made out of paper, which is my body, I have worn a hole on my throat. I can't speak again. But why on earth should I repair this body? Why on earth should I repair this body? Gradually he is sinking lower and lower. The month of Shravan almost came to an end. It was so nice we started this in the month of Shravan. It was Sunday the 31st Shravan and it was full moon day too. 31st full moon day in the month of Shravan, July, August. He sent for a devotee, bring me a calendar. His voice could hardly reach out. He said, tell me about the calendar. He listened to all that the almanac had to say that day. But no sooner had the devotee mentioned the next day. This was the last day in the month of Shravan. The month of Shravan is the month of Lord Shiva. That is the month of Lord Shiva. It was the last day when the devotee said, tomorrow is going to be the first day in the month of Bhadrapad, September, October. Paramahansa said, stop. Don't say anything. A change came over him. A little past noon, the physician came, spreading his hand on the chest. Paramahansa told him, "I'm suffering badly." The man who spent his life, Maha. Having felt his pulse, the doctor fell silent. Paramahansa said, "What can be done now?" Doctor said, "Nothing. We have not found a cure for what is wrong with you." Turning his face away, with a clip of his fingers, he said, "This is all that they have to say. They have no cure for me." This is why I don't want to read this here. For the same reason. Let's have a bhajan.
काले पिताए महाकाले भवानी कर कर करवानी भवानी तेरे करवानी हरे काले
जातस्य हितोपद्रवमञ्चन्मतस्य च जातस्य मृत्युलोके वै प्राणिनो मरणं ध्रुवम्. Death is inevitable. Death is inevitable to all beings in the mortal world. No more did he talk about his illness. He had some milk that went down smoothly. He had nothing solid. He could not eat anything solid. A little before 1 o'clock, he got up and he sat on his bed. He had some milk again. At 6 minutes past 1, he closed his eyes and entered into Samadhi. The end had come. The house seemed a scene of desolation. Knowing for certain he is no more. It was the full moon night. A halo around the moon was visible. Over was that inauspicious night. A bolt of lightning never tortures, it kills immediately. But his departing was as lethal as the strike of a thunderbolt. It was the end that nobody wanted. It was inevitable. At 5 o'clock next morning, his body in a state of Maha Samadhi. Maha Samadhi means death. As it had passed away and it was taken out of this room on the first floor, it was laid on the 4-poster, giving him this sacred path. They decorated his body with sandal paste. For 1 year they could not put sandal paste for him. At their heart's pleasure, they decorated his body. A garland around his neck, a crown on his head, a girdle around his hips, bells at his feet, flowers they were all. The master looked like lying upon a bed of flowers. How gorgeous the master looked then could only be appreciated by those who stood witness to this. He was taken immediately, and so he was placed in a place of no return. Should be joyous and sad, he's left the world behind, and he is gone where? To the goddess spent his entire life worshipping, Maha. She took her child back to him, and what happens from here, we'll have to wait for Ramakrishna to be born again and to continue walking his footprints. A giant has departed this world, never to return. He's gone to Maha, his friends, and that brings about the end of Ramakrishna. His life story written in the hearts of everyone. He who spent his lifetime worshipping that colossal form of Maha, that soothing form, when he wanted to see Kali, when he took the sword and he said, "Mark, this sword is of no use." Today he gave up that same body. He said, "Mark, this sword is of no use." And he was going to use the sword on himself. She grabbed him, and so he was able to see Kali, Kali. In the end he said, "My Kali." And so Ramakrishna has gone to rest. And what happens from here? Kali Puja will continue. Kali Puja must continue. Ramakrishna will like that Kali Puja will continue. And so I pray, wherever the soul of Ramakrishna is, and we have no doubt, he is with his Kali. Principal Shri Mahakali Mahata ki jai. So, my good friend John wants to do us a bhajan. And of course, he is one of our special friends together with his entire team. So John, let me go over to you as we do whatever you choose. So friends, I must say I'm sorry for getting emotional. For months upon months I've been reading. Rick gave me this book. He gave me so many books about Ramakrishna. I felt as if I had known this man personally. When I went to Dakshineshwar and I went to the room where his Murti's image is still there, I feel I have known this man personally as a relative, as a friend. So this is why, that closeness I have developed with him. Though he's not here, his message is so beautiful. So, hope I didn't upset you. I did have to get emotional because of that person. So let's go back to John, as John has kind of addressed. It's been a while, but as soon as Jimmy, how important is
tonight is a bit of final goodbye to Maha. It's a certainly been a journey, a blessing, a bittersweet one indeed. But at the end of it all, we are reminded that she's my God. Oh, jag ke rakhwale, karne wale, she's Jagadambe Mata. Mahima tumhari hai nirale. Oh, Jagadambe Mata. Tonight, divine
So at this time, friends, as we go into the closing aspects, this is the final evening. When tomorrow morning, this Murti of Mahakali will be taken into the waters where she's going to find the resting place. The Murti is made out of dirt. And water is the ultimate state of the dirt itself. Presiding deity of dirt is Varuneka, the water. So this is going to be our culmination. So just one or two things I must say as we await punishment to say thank you. Yes, we have the Purnamati. Hare Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnamida Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnapam Om Sarvam Vai Purnapam Om Sarvam Vai Purnapam Swaha Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Kate Kali Kupalini Durga Chuma Shivadhati Swaha Swara Namostute Prince Shri Mahakali Mata Ki Purnamati is completion. The completion of the year. And we offer the Nadia. Devi Maha said, offer me the Nadia and I will be pleased. The Nadia is the Shikha, is the beautiful fruit, which is the beloved of the day. There are some things when it comes to Puja of the Devi, especially Kali Puja. I am sure, the sound of the drums This is what causes Kali to get excited when the drums begin, and it is not any kind of drums, the tapu, and when the sound of that drum fills the hall, Makali becomes excited. This is why you have so many drums, because this is, which awakens her and the excitement. And when we feel the drums, we feel the power within. My elder brother Pundit said, you can feel the power inside this place. And here we came for one evening. It's because of the powers of the drum, and secondly, the dhar, when you make the dhar offering to the deity. And you see the chanting of the mantras? Yes, friends. So, Maha Shakti's blessings to all of you. So let's go over to Pundit Sunil as he is going to give his blessings.
बोलो श्री शक्ति देवी माता की जय, मापति महादेव की जय. My dear friends, this was indeed 4 evenings of great blessings. And tonight I want to give Pundit Ji and members of the group a big round of applause. My dear friends, tonight being the last night of this yajna, it brings about a sort of bittersweet feeling. I know for many of you here, you're going to miss this yajna. I know you can't wait for the date to be set for the next yajna, but I want you not to worry. Because just last night, myself and Pundit Ji and a couple of us were talking, and said that this yajna is not going to finish tonight. Every month, we're going to do Kali Katha. Not only on the radio, but we are going to different venues, different temples, and we are going to do Kali Katha. And those of you who are sitting here, and you would like us to come to your mandir, or even come to your home, please call us. Contact Rick, contact any one of the members of the Kali Yatra committee, and let us know that I want Kali Katha to come to my mandir, or I want Kali Katha to come to my home. Kali Katha, my friends, this yajna, we will be taking a break tonight because we have a hectic day tomorrow. And we ask of you to come on board, join us, support us in whatever way you can. However you can help to continue Kali Katha, we ask of you to come on board to help us and lend your support. Rick had asked me to do a review on the 4 nights. And Baba, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to say. Tonight, one of the nights, I'm really lost for words. But I really want to say that, thanks again to Pundit Ji for excellent job. And to review what Baba had said for 4 nights, Rick, those shoes are too big for me. I can't fit in those shoes. So again, we had a wonderful 4 evenings of puja and katha, and again we look forward for this to continue. I don't know what to say again, so I'll call on Rishi, who will deliver the vote of thanks. Rishi.
Sitaram and Jai Kalima officiated Pundit Deodath Vyas as members of this group, various Pundits in the audience, members of the Kali Yatra committee, and devotees of Kali Devi Ma. There's so much people to give thanks to tonight, but we at the 2017 or the 2K17 Kali Yatra Festival Committee would first like to thank the hundreds of devotees who came out every night. This night, like Rick said earlier on, is marvelous, the last night. And I know that, like Pundit Sunil mentioned, it could be a very emotional night for most of us, even more so tomorrow, when she goes in person in this form, but she remains in our heart forever. So we want to thank you. We want to thank you for making our Kali Yatra Festival for this year 2017 an overwhelming success. And we continue to sing the praises of Kali Devi Ma. The difficult part though is to list names of people, and in interest of not making the mistake of leaving out anyone, we have decided not to call individual names, but rather to thank everyone, every business place for all the support that you would have provided for this year's Kali Yatra festival. To the devotees who helped with the cost of the murti, the clothing that she wore, the jewelry that made her look absolutely gorgeous, the puja items we use every night to perform worship to Kali Devi Ma, the grocery items, the market goods that provided meals for the devotees that came every night. To those who contributed, thank you. To our caterer, who despite his personal challenges, came out and gave his best to provide the refreshments for devotees who came, we thank you as well. Those who contributed to the prasadam, thank you. The venue, the decor, the infrastructure, the different radio stations and television stations and all the other service providers, we say thank you for all of the heart to yours. Because of you come together, it was tremendous success indeed. The many temples that came out night after night to sit for puja and help out in so many ways. Those who were with us singing and chanting her name, helping her week after week to reach to this point, helping you week after week to come celebrate with us here. In our Kali Kathas that we had before we had this, the Kali Yatra. So we say thank you, and you know who you are, in your own little way. We thank you once again. To all the Pundits and the Pujaris who came and gave their blessings, including our very own Pundits who were part of the Kali Yatra movement. And yes, I said movement, because that is what it has become. We are all in this together, and on this note, I say so because it's a movement of her name. Long ago, like you would have mentioned, we would have mentioned in our first Kali Yatra, people were scared. Now you're not. You know that she is absolutely great and you can come comfortably and worship with your whole heart. And on this note, I want to present our officiated Pundit, Pandit Deodath Vyas, and to the Kali Yatra head Pujari, Pandit Sunil Rakbar Singh. I'm going to ask them both to come on the main stage, please. These are not gifts just to both of you, but rather for the both of you to continue spreading that special word of Sri Ramakrishna, to go out and continue to make us proud in your little way, and to continue to support each and every cause, spreading the word every second. Continue to add to the devotion every single night. In closing, we would like to say that the road to this year's Kali Yatra festival was not an easy one, but it was the most rewarding one, because sometimes difficulty gives us the biggest reward ever. We beg you to forgive us for not personalizing our thank yous by calling individual names, but we just don't want to leave out anyone, because each of you are a spark that came here tonight to create that big spark, and we thank you tremendously. And a bit of information we wish to inform you, and I know Pandit Sunil said that you're eagerly awaiting the date for next year's Kali Yatra, but we would like to inform you that Kali Yatra Festival 2018 will take place right here at Diwali Nagar from Tuesday the 4th to Sunday the 9th of September, and our fundraiser concert will be on Saturday 19th and Sunday 20th May 2018. And this concert will see the return of Vikram Hazra, which you saw earlier on this year, alongside singing child sensation, I call her, Surya Gayatri. I'm sure you're looking forward to that concert indeed. One final note before I hand you back to Pundit. For those of you, which I know most of you, if not all of you, are following us for the procession to the beach tomorrow, any devotees who would like to bring items to use in the Abhishekam are welcome, and they can keep it with them during the day and hand it to us at the beach when we reach the Shagville. We're accepting milk, dahi, ghee, honey, cane juice, haldi by the bags and sindoor by the bags as well, camphor, boxes maybe, incense sticks by the packet, and essence by the bottles, namely from flowers. You're also asked to bring along your prasadam and your malas to offer to Devi Ma. Devotees can bring along these and we'll join tomorrow as we say farewell to this beautiful murti of Kali Devi Ma. Thank you once again. Jai Kali Ma. Pundit.
Thank you very much, Vishnu, for your kind words, and of course, speaking on behalf of the Kali Yatra Festival. So friends, it's the closing time. The same gospel is the same gospel. When you hear gospel, you think of a Bible, right? It's not a Bible. This is the gospel, and in this you have all the speeches Ramakrishna made, all the speeches he gave from 1855. All of this is documented here. So I have quite a lot to read when it comes to the life of Ramakrishna. Thank you, Rick, and the members of the Kali Festival Committee 2017 for this wonderful gift. I had told Rick I would take this book, so he didn't want to take that book, so he gave the one because this has sentimental value when it comes to him. So friends, you know, I am honored to be part of this. I am blessed to be in such a noble surrounding. As I told you at the beginning, it has been my calling to do this. And I could not stay away, I could not back away, as I say, I had to step forward. And all of this is in the name of our time. If I had to record what I did for the 4 days for the smell, I can't do it. I can't even remember what I said and some of the things that I said. So I understand. Because, you know, when we speak, you know, it's not just me speaking. So this has been a marvelous experience. It has been my great blessing to be associated with the Kali Yatra 2017, 2016, 2015. It has been my blessing. Out of all of this, I have learned a tremendous amount about Ramakrishna, about Kali worship. We have made many, many friends. And of course, we enjoyed what we are doing. I speak on behalf of our certification committee for the Vishesh Pandiraj, our drummers, Terry, and of course our friends. It's a merger of all of us. John, to you and the group, I must say, I thank you very much. It has been my blessings having you with us. And I must say, John, to our young tapu player, he did a fantastic job. So, give him a round of applause. I thought I was going to kidnap you, you know, but I wouldn't do it. Yes, young people. One of the things I observed out of all of this is the amount of young people gravitating towards Kali. This is not something strange. As I said from the beginning of time, this puja has started. Durga Devi has sanctioned this. Everybody sitting here, you do Kali Puja, but you don't know you do Kali Puja. In days gone by, you know, it was done in a very secret way. Nobody wanted to say Kali. You don't even say Kali at all, they say it in their mind. Today we broadcast Kali on our radio stations, on our television stations. And of course, people are learning. You see, while we are streaming, Sangeeta, thank you very much. There are thousands of people who are looking at what we are doing. They've said over 62,000 views already in our Vyas, in our YouTube, in our messages. Over 60,000 people already have viewed what we are doing. It means what we are doing is something that, you know, people enjoy. So I must say to all of you, my brothers and Sangeeta, thank you very much. Right? You did a fantastic job. When I go back home, it is already on my Facebook page. So just a reminder for the Deodath Vyas Facebook page. So anytime you log on, you're going to find us for the Deodath Vyas Facebook page. And of course, this is where we are able. Social media, Rishi, is the way to go. Right? I visualize, this is eventually will be the way. And I thought only people away, like in the States and Canada, USA, they are the ones who view. But there are viewers here in GNG who are viewing. So, Dave, thank you very much. You always do a fantastic job posting all the videos, and people are able to see what we are doing. So, Sanket TV, I must say very much. Thank you, God bless you. And 106, thank you very much. Tonight is recorded, which will be played later on. And of course, to all the pujaris of the different temples who have come. I see a pujari from Joshua, Kali Temple. Baba, thank you very much for being here. And all of you wonderful souls, you are contributing in no small measure to the uplift of Hinduism. Kali Puja is not new. Kali Puja is not something that we just created. We pulled it out from our back pocket. No, this is in the scriptures. So as Parisama said, we were discussing last time, Kali will not rest. And we will not rest. Every month, once a month, Brian, Rick, Parisama and myself, we spoke about this last night. Once a month, we will go somewhere. There's so many places to go. And as Parisama said, if you want us to come, yes, Kali Puja, Kali Katha will be done at your home. Nothing is wrong with that. So every month, with your blessings, we're going to carry on Kali Katha throughout TNT. We want to carry Kali everywhere. We want to carry her to all the villages. We want our villages to prosper and to progress. So, when we do not do Kali Katha, when we do not do Kali Yatra, we will do Kali Bhajans. The Fridays in my year, I am going to do Kali Bhajans. The singers will do the Kali Bhajans. So on Friday coming, we'll be at Mona Road as we start tomorrow night, 7 nights. So I'm inviting all of you Friday evening. It's Aidensville in Mona Road. Keep driving until you see the sign. And of course, you come in. The family asked me, they want Kali Bhajans. So we're going to be there Friday evening with our Tapu and John. This is news to John, I made this decision without telling him. Right? We're going to have Kali Bhajans. So, friends, I enjoyed all of this. Rick, to you and Sally, I must say thank you very much. You're putting a lot out of this. And to all of you supporting Brian and Parisama, all of you, John and the entire team, God bless all of you. Principal Maha Kali Mata Ki Jai. So this is not the end. This is just a little rest, and then we shall move on again. We need to rejuvenate, and then we will move on again. And especially to the young people, you're in the right direction. Keep it up. God bless you. And we will see you on Friday as we have Kali Bhajans. Look this was Kali Bhajans in this year. So we have covered everything. So let us all please stand as we have our idea at this time. If we did take care of it, our apologies for that. But tonight is a night of devotion, a night of sacrifice. So let's join together as well. We share some communities. Principal Shri Mahashakti Devi ki jai. So let's bow as we do our final mantra and of course blessings for all of you. So join me in blessing closing. So, it was a bit late this evening because we had to do the final pictures and because of this, so our apologies, but you will go back home with your blessings. So, we appreciate it coming. Many thanks to all of you. I must say tonight there is special thanks to Abhishek for a beautiful and highly delivered on Bhairo Baba. God bless him for the space. Kamala is happy, respect, a wonderful get by you. Thank you for being here.